However, there are so many secrets in your kid. First, there is the flame that you can't meet, then the secret method of increasing your strength in a short time, and the unusual flame. My interest in you is getting bigger and bigger. That's it. Although the man in black was a little surprised, the strength between the Do-D and the strong is not something that can be resisted by the increase of the little secret method, and the external force is the external force after all. However, the secret method is an external force after all, and it is not on the same level as the real Samsung consummation. Now I will show you the real Samsung consummation strength. Everything you rely on is ultimately vulnerable in the face of absolute strength, so let me smash your dependence. The man in black looked at Xiao Yin with disdain. There's a lot of nonsense. Xiao Yin also said to the man in black, since the man in black in front of him was the murderer of the Mu family, then he couldn't let him go. The incomparably tyrannical fighting spirit continued to radiate from the man in black, and the huge power was vaguely transformed into a dragon hovering above the man in black, roaring constantly. Qing Yuan and Yueru felt the terrifying fluctuations from the energy dragon that day. Xiao Yin was quietly brewing something in the palm of his hand, and quietly looked at the man in black in front of him. Xiao Yin, if it doesn't work, we will retreat first. Yueru knew very well the strength of Do-D's powerhouses. Yueru's words are not only for Xiao Yin to save her father's life, but more importantly, she cares about him. It's all my own reasons that cause trouble, so I can't help but blame myself. Since I met him, I'll solve it for him. Besides, if you don't mess with them, they will come to you sooner or later. Xiao Yin seemed to see what Yueru was thinking and said, the soul of a high-level alchemist is very delicious. The taste of the Mu family a few days ago was really unforgettable, but I believe you will be more delicious. The man in black looked at Xiao Yin greedily with a twisted face. You are the murderers of the Mu family, right? Xiao Yin was also clear in his mind, and immediately asked, anyway, you're all going to die, so what if you know it? The Mu family has got their hands on something that shouldn't be touched, so it deserves it. The man in black obviously thought the winning ticket was in his hands, and he told Xiao Yin and the others as if the winner was speaking to the loser. The same sarcasm. Is it something that shouldn't be involved? I'm very curious about the kind of thing you said. Why not give it to me? Xiao Yin said maliciously. Ha! You kid can't protect yourself, and you still think so much. The man in black mocked with disdain. I think it's you who can't protect yourself. Golden Demon Puppet, come on. A puppet comparable to a 2-star Do-D? You really are full of treasures. Before the man in black finished speaking, the Golden Demon Puppet attacked him with his golden fist covered. Boom, boom, boom. The fist of the man in black and the fist of the Golden Demon Puppet faced each other. One punch fell. The man in black obviously took a few steps back due to the strength of his fists before stabilizing his figure, while Jean Yeapup's dead gray pupils and the golden bronze body that didn't fluctuate a little bit posed a posture of punching. Obviously, after the baptism of the 9-color Danlei again, although it has not fully evolved to the level of the Golden Demon Puppet, the current Golden Demon Puppet's power on the flesh is not weak at all, although this does not rule out that the black-clothed person in front of him did not use it. All for the sake of it. How is that possible? This puppet is a little weird. The man in black didn't think that a puppet that was comparable to a 2-star Do-D would be so strong. It was discovered that this puppet was actually covered with the power of thunder. That seemingly simple punch, in fact, the entire fist is covered with the power of thunder, attacking with the power of thunder. No wonder he can make himself take a few steps back to stabilize his footsteps. Although the Golden Demon Puppet gained the upper hand at the beginning, after the men in black became wary, the Golden Demon Puppet was also losing ground under the complete strength of the 3-star Do-D of the man in black. The original simple golden and bronze body was obviously swept away by the black one. Xiao Yin couldn't help but feel a little bit distressed when he saw how many holes were beaten. The battle between the Golden Demon and the Man in Black is going on continuously. Looking at the Golden Demon, who is about to lose it, Yueru and Qin Yuan are also biting their lips, because they both know that once the Golden Demon is defeated, next came Xiao Yin. Huangquan Heavenly Fury. Xiao Yin finally completed the fusion of Buddha's Fury Fire Lotus. A delicate lotus seed suspended in Xiao Yan's palm exudes terrifying power. Just when the Man in Black was complacent, Xiao Yin completed the fusion of the Buddha's Fury and Fire Lotus. But he did not rush to take action, because Xiao Yin also knew that a strong man like the Man in Black would perceive the power of destruction in the face of it. It was immediately a soul attack and went away. Once the soul attack succeeds, causing the Man in Black to fall into a temporary stagnation, that's the best time to attack with the different Fire Lotus seeds. Moreover, Xiao Yin believed that only then would the winner be determined with one blow. Huangquan Tian's fury came quietly when the Man in Black was proud to deal with the Golden Demon puppet. Puff, puff! The Man in Black spit out a mouthful of blood, but he didn't stagnate. Damn it! Did you fail? Xiao Yin murmured while looking at the Man in Black. Cough, cough, it's such a powerful soul force. Thankfully, I prepared a hand when dealing with you alchemists, just to prevent your soul from attacking. The only ring on the Man in Black's finger was broken. Obviously, most of Xiao Yan's soul attacks were resisted by the power in the ring that resisted soul attacks, so it didn't cause much damage to the Man in Black. Are you helpless? Then welcome death. The Man in Black roared loudly. The Jiaolong entrenched on top of his head also solidified at this moment and roared toward Xiao Yin. The Jiaolong roared toward Xiao Yin from the top of his head, and the air was full of the sound of breaking wind. The power of this Jiaolong could not help but make Xiao Yin feel numb in his scalp. Seeing this, Xiao Yin also turned the Buddha's Fury Lotus in his hand. Slowly lift it up, meet the dragon, and go away. Ah! For some reason, the Man in Black suddenly shouted. Xiao Yin knew very well that this was obviously a symptom of a soul attack. It turned out that at this critical moment, Qin Yuan worked hard to stimulate his own vindictiveness, and a white light radiated from Qin Yuan to attack the Man in Black. The soul attack that Qin Yuan had just launched was even stronger than Xiao Yan's Huangquan Tian Fury. What secrets does this Qin Yuan have? Even though Xiao Yin was puzzled at the moment, the crisis had not been resolved at this time, and he couldn't let go of this fleeting opportunity. He raised the Buddha's Furious Fire Lotus in his hand and threw it at the stagnant black-clothed man. Because the Man in Black was attacked by his soul and fell into a temporary stagnation, the terrifying dragon that he had just condensed also vanished in an instant. Boom, boom, boom. The Buddha's angry fire lotus directly attacked the place where the Man in Black was. The terrifying destructive power destroyed this small piece of sky. All of his followers evaporated, and Xiao Yi emitted a huge protective shield to protect Yueru and Qin Yuan, who fell into a coma. Xiao Yin was also panting heavily, looking at the place in the center of the explosion, muttering to himself. I hope you don't die. You have to let Qin Yuan kill the enemy. The Buddha's Fury Lotus has always been Xiao Yan's biggest killer. When in Doqi Continent, Xiao Yin used Fenju to forcibly fuse a variety of different fires into a tiny lotus seed with terrifying power, finding the right opportunity to inflict heavy damage on the enemy. Since obtaining the inheritance of the ancient Emperor Toasha, with the power of the first Emperor Yin on the Ihwa list, the fusion of Ihwa has become much smoother, and the power is also much greater, although Xiao Yin has his own master left behind. Emperor's Flame Ring. There are also a lot of medicinal herbs and fighting skills in it, but when you come to Duty Continent, one is that there is no time to study carefully, and the other is that there is no suitable place, so now you can deal with the strong. There are few fighting skills that can be used to attack, and you can only rely on the violent force of the fusion of different fires to kill. Boom, boom, boom. The terrifying berserk factor rippled in circles and circles. A huge tunnel appeared where the man in black was originally, and the aftermath spread out in circles, and after a while, there was smoke. After dispersing, in the huge tunnel, a mutilated figure slowly appeared in front of several people. Originally, the man in black was a little disdainful of Xiao Yin, who used a secret method to increase his strength. He thought that this kind of ant could easily handle the ants in his hands. How could he imagine that this kind of ant could actually display such a terrifying offensive? And he almost died. This Xiao Yin in front of him is really damn. The man in black who survived from the blast center. Xiao Yin looked at it carefully and only lost one hand and one foot. You must know that it was the Buddha's furious fire lotus, which was bred by combining the violent power of the 6 different fires, and it also fell into a short stagnation after the soul attack of Qing Yuan's full-strength strike. The only means of defending against the soul attack was Xiao Yin. It was shattered in the previous attack, and even Xiao Yan's strongest attack only caused heavy damage to the man in black. That man in black with a complete 3-star Do-D would be so terrifying. The black-clothed man's hands and feet continued to have some dark black blood flowing out, and the blood flowed from the broken hands and feet, giving people a pungent smell of blood from afar. Little bastard, you can actually force me to be so embarrassed. I have to kill you today to sacrifice to my demons. The man in black roared at Xiao Yin with an unsightly face. Xiao Yin looked at the ferocious face of the man in black before him, and almost subconsciously made a move, because even though the man in black suffered such heavy damage, the aura emanating from his body was stronger than just now. Years of combat experience made Xiao Yin know that it meant that the man in black in front of him was going to use his trump card, even if they died together. All dead souls, obey my orders, sacrifice. The man in black took out a bag with his only remaining hand and shouted loudly. Immediately, some soul bodies flew out of the bag that the man in black took out, all of them flying into the sky. Just drown in this darkness. Ha! After speaking, the unsightly body of the man in black burst into flames. Xiao Yin felt the smell of destruction from the actions of the man in black, and the attack that was almost on the verge of being shot had to stop under the demonic energy that filled the sky. Pieces of dark aura slowly floated into the sky from where the man in black was, forming a huge figure. The original face of the man in black was projected into a huge, evil figure in the sky. Except for the head, the whole body of the huge figure was covered with dense human heads. Damn it, Master. What should we do? Xiao Yin asked in a deep voice. Indeed, the situation in front of him has surpassed Xiao Yan's understanding, and immediately he had to ask his master Jinlong King for help. It's actually the corpse control method for the soul of the corpse demon family. The Golden Dragon King exclaimed in surprise in the ring. Don't worry about this. Look at the black shadow on the ground where the man in black is. That means that the soul he collected has not been fully integrated into the ghost in the sky. We are in etc. Because this corpse demon family pays attention to collecting souls and controlling corpse puppets. This is a good thing for you. The Golden Dragon King couldn't help laughing. Master, why don't we save them and let the ghosts merge like this? I'm afraid. Xiao Yin didn't know the strength of the Golden Dragon King very well, so he couldn't help worrying. It's not impossible to save them, but according to my observations, most of them have been eroded by the demonic energy of the demon race, and their sanity may not be completely left, and these souls already know that even if they fight hard, they will inevitably be swallowed up. But you, if you liberate them, wouldn't it be a big supplement to you? The Golden Dragon King looked at Xiao Yin and asked. As for my strength, you can rest assured. When I was at my peak, this kind of ant was not worth mentioning, even if the state of my soul is not something to be afraid of. The Golden Dragon King exuded a powerful coercion. Although the Golden Dragon King is not a pharmacist, his understanding of pharmacists is no worse than others. Although it is indeed too cruel to use the soul to enhance the power of the soul, it is better to help these souls to free them than to be enslaved by the demons. It will be very grateful to integrate into Xiao Yan's body, because after all, they are all strong in the Great Thousand World, and the Great Thousand World is at odds with the demon race. Collecting souls? It's the same as the Soul Clan on the Dochi continent back then. Although the purpose is different, the method can only be collected by killing countless creatures. Yu read www.com. Xiao Yan looked at the sky, the phantom that was still strengthening. More and more souls drifted to the sky from the black smoke turned by the men in black. There are weak souls, and there are also powerful souls, but they are all merged into the shadow of the sky. Xiao Yan saw a trace of prayer in their eyes, as if praying for Xiao Yan to free them. After all, they are all from the great world. The strong, even if they die, they are not willing to be used by the demons. Cece. When the last soul merged into the shadow in the sky, the shadow exuded a monstrous and evil aura, causing the entire small space to tremble slightly. Xiao Yan looked at the huge ghost in the sky and remained silent. In the distance, Yueru had just recovered from the vibration of the Buddha's wrathful fire lotus. And then she saw the moment when the man in black turned into a gigantic ghost. Her little hand couldn't help covering her slightly trembling lips. Today I'm going to die. Are you here? Qin Yuan, who was on the side, had just launched a soul attack which obviously used all the strength of his body and also passed out. Xiao Yi stood beside the two girls, looking like a cute porcelain doll from a distance. Xiao Yi, Yueru, take good care of Qin Yuan. Stay away. Trust me. Xiao Yan hurriedly comforted. Xiao Yi and Xiao Yan have a heart-to-heart connection. Naturally, they know Xiao Yan's plan. They stretch out their pink and tender little hands and pull Yueru and Qin Yuan back. Yueru said, Sister Yueru, don't worry, the master will deal with it. We have to trust the master. Seeing that Yueru was not so frightened anymore, her eyes focused on the thin man in front of her. Master, now that the shadow is fully formed, what should we do? Xiao Yan listened to the words of the master and waited until the shadow was completely condensed before asking.